Okay, students, good morning. Today we will discuss about MAC address. Okay. So, what is MAC address? MAC address basically an address which is actually working on an open network has been set up and the nodes can communicate among themselves. But for proper communications, the nodes should be uniquely identifiable. If a node, suppose X, sends some information to the node Y on a network, then it is a mandatory that node X and Y are uniquely identifiable on the network. It means that X and Y, if one is sender and another one is receiver, so that two nodes or two workstations are uniquely identified on the network. That is the basic thing on MAC address. So what is, I say that what is the full form of MAC address? That is media access control. Media access control. So media access control is a unique identifier. It is basically nothing but a unique identifier that assigned to a network interface controller. So it uses basically NIC, that is network interface controller. NIC, network interface controller. Okay, uses a network address in communications within a network segment. So this use is a common in most basically IEEE 802 standard networking technologies, including Ethernet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. In this way. Okay, so what is basically MAC address mean? The MAC address is media access control, the unique 48-bit serial. It is always remember 12-digit hexadecimal or 48-bit. It's also remember that 12-digit hexadecimal address or 48-bit address. So it's maybe comes in the kind of MCQ type of questions that what is the MAC address bit size. So you have to say it in the 48-bit. Okay, and if you say the hexadecimal using the hexadecimal number, then you have to tell that hexadecimal number should be 12-digit hexadecimal number. Okay, so by convention, MAC address are usually written in the following two formats, that is MM 3 4 5 6 7. Actually it is given 6, and in this format either even given slash or colon, slash or colon. That is the thing. So 48-bit serial number in a network circularity of every Ethernet and Wi-Fi device. So the MAC address which holds 256 trillion of unique numbers identified at the device. So how you find the MAC address? To find the MAC address, open your command prompt, type IP config or all and enter, all and press enter. The physical address is the MAC address. What is saying? First you have to go for like in this way for the CMD. That is the command prompt. So when you open the command prompt, you are going to open the command. Just you to wait some time because there is will be time taken to open the command prompt CMD. The CMD is not working here. That is called the command prompt. After opening the command prompt, it's taking a little bit time to show it. So wait few minutes. Yes. Now its command prompt is opening. Now here you have to given dial, that is type ipconfig ipconfig slash all slash all, and after that you can press enter. I think it's not giving the actual IP configuration massive. Ipconfig type ipconfig and go for the enter. The system cannot find the file specified. Actually it is not finding the specified file. So if you want to say right? IP config. Look here, it is configurations have been given. So these configurations, after I typing here IP config, it automatically comes up that Windows configuration IP configurations. Look here, Ethernet adapter, media stage connection specified DNS. Here we have a physical address is there. There is some physical address is present, that is called basically this one. This is the link local IPv6 address. Look in the colon format 1 2 3 4 5. This is the format of IPv6 IPv6 and this one is the IPv4 address 192.196.1 this way. So this is the conditions of that how you can find out. So then click start or click in the type and press enter to command shortcut, and in this way you can find out this. That is media disconnected. So what is the media state? Is it any internet Bluetooth connection is there? No, that media is disconnected. That's why. Okay, so in this way you can easily find out the whole thing. That is the command from website have been open up. So this is the thing of MAC address. Now we coming out about the IP address. So what is the IP address? Just a minute. IP is basically internet protocol. IP is called internet protocol. So what is the meaning of IP address here? That every machine in a network has another unique identifying number called IP address. So you can trace if any machines your machine is losses and anywhere in any places, that means it can be an IP address, that is internet protocol address or IP address. IP address is basically going on that the class the group of 4 bytes, that is 32 bits, in which can be given number to 0 to 255. Its range is always remember its range is 0 to 255. Okay, IP address is a very important address in networking. That is a unique address that identifies a device on the internet or local network. IP stand for basically internet protocol. It's important, and which is the set of rule of governing the format of data sent via internet and local network. So what is IP and MAC address? So both MAC address and IP address are used to uniquely identified machine on the internet. Okay, both address are basically used to uniquely identify machines on the internet. So MAC address ensure that physical address of the computer is unique. MAC address, the media access control, the MAC address is ensure that the physical address of the computer is unique, and IP address is a logical address of the computer and is used to uniquely locate computer connected via network. Okay, so what is the basic? How do you check the IP address? You can easily check the IP address. Select the Wi-Fi network that you connected to, and you can easily check the IP address, that is IPv4 and IPv6. I just so that is the 4 in this way, 192.168 in this way. The versions will be there. So that is the IP, the domain. And now in the IP address there is a basically domain. So what is the domain? Domain is their communications, because I can www.com, something is .in, .edu, .gov, that is called basically the domain. This one all are the domain, that is called org, that is organization, .net, that is network, some .com, that is the commercial business, flipkart.com, amazon.in. Amazon, what is amazon.in? Because Amazon part is in the India. That domain in the .in means Amazon create the domain in India. That is .in. .edu, that is educational institutions. .gov, that is the government side. .mil, that is the military cases. So each and everything has a domain. Somewhere we have to communicate with the computer on the internet, so we can do so that by using the IP address. And but it is a practically impossible for a person to remember the IP address of all computers. So one may have to communicate with. Therefore, a system has been developed which assigns names to some computers, that is called server, and maintains a database of these names and corresponding IP address. So these names are called domain names. Example of such domain that I recently tell you, that is in Indian Railway, IRCTC, Indian Railway.gov.in, okay, aec.edu.in, amazon.in, flipkart.com. So this is the domain. Now we going out the one important topic, that is called network threat and security measures. So what is basically threats in the network and security? We are all listening that systems are hacking, that is are going to data lost, okay, data hacking, server hack. So what is this? So when the increase in the use of network for accessing the data and resource sharing, security has become a prime concern. Because when your data in your network that can be accessible by the thousand or million or billion of people, so that means your data may be in risks. So first you have to concern that you have to secure your data. Anyhow, you have to secure your data. So security is becoming a prime concern, obviously. So the internet represents an insecure channel for the exchanging of information, which leads to a high risk of intrusions or fraud, such as phishing, virus, Trojan horses, worms, and more and more. Okay, so first we come down to malware. So what is malware? The term malware refers to malicious software. Basically, the term malware is basically refers to the malicious software or programs. Anything is a virus, it's also a program. Always remember, if any virus is malware, is worm, Trojan horses, everything is programmed. If you are using an antivirus using your in your PCs, in your personal laptops or desktop, whatever you use, and if you install an antivirus, that is also a program. Okay, that according to that virus will be inactive and inefficient when the antivirus will be loaded. So that is basically also a part of a program. So each and everything, the virus is also programmed. The cookies, so through the cookies can be comes up, virus can be comes up in any way, by accessing the unauthorized website, by accessing the malware, any external devices like USBs or disks, or like this way, or in the form of from the network also it can become. If through connected with the network, the virus can also becomes up. So if that all are the small program is coded there. So that is the thing. So the term what is malware? Malware is basically refers to the malicious software, that is called malwares. Okay. Malicious software. Okay, malware. So first is from the malicious it's taking the mal, and from the wares, from the software it's taking the wares. So malwares, combinations of malicious software, that is malware. Okay, so it's a file or code, so typically delivered over a network, so that infects, basically they explode, the steals, the conduct virtually. So according to our in our physiological system, if there is some internal pattern, when some external bacteria or fungi will be infected our body, automatically some conditions or some normal work will be disrupted. So same thing, if your normal system will be working properly, if you something that is totally unknown and to that system or subsystem operating system, so it should be unknown to you, unknown to that machine or that operating system, so it can be harm, or it can not can be, it must be harm. So investigate the infected user's local network. So still that is a sensitive data. So what is a malware virus? Basically the malware is the same I am repeating, that is a malicious software that uses a single term to refer the virus, spyware, worm, etc. Malware is basically designed to cause the damage to standalone computer of a network PC. So whenever you malware term is used, it means program which is designed to damage your computer. It may be virus, it may be worm, it may be Trojan horses. Okay, now it comes down that what kinds of malwares are there. There are three kinds of malwares I just discussed about. That is, one is virus, one is worm, and one is Trojan horses. What is virus? A virus is a software code, basically piece of code or block of code, whatever you say, that may harm your system. That may harm your system using by that may harm your system by overwriting or corrupting the system files. So a computer virus is similar in actions to viruses in our body. Similarly, so a computer virus is similar to actions to the virus of our body, which actually replicate themselves and affect our body cells, and we are getting feel sick or illness. So the affected part is called the infected area. The affected part is called infected area. It may be our in our body part, it may be chest, it may be heart, it may be lungs, anybody. So same way, in the computer there is a different body parts are there: RAM, hard disks, ROM, uh, motherboard, okay, operating systems, different affected areas are there, so that can be also affected. So a computer virus may take several copies of it by inserting its code onto the system programs, files, or boot sector of hard drives, and thereby may corrupt them. So this causes the system to slow down or even stop functioning, like boot sector virus, the infector virus, and the macro virus. So sometimes your machines can be slow, sometimes your machines can be work less, sometimes your machine can be not responding, and sometimes your machines can be totally dead or stopped because if your hard disk and RAM will be in any kind of problem and crashes, then your system total fail. Now what is worm? So that's about virus. What is worm? Worm is nothing but same thing about the virus, often received by a network. Its virus is actually coming also network or within a network, or also if you're not connected with the network. It connect also if you're not connected in the online or in the internet connectivity, the virus can also come to their machines. But worm is only come to if you connected with the network, and it automatically keeps on creating the several copies of itself. इसमें जैसे normally cell division is going on, just normally cell division is going on. That's why in the case of worm, the worm automatically creates copies and spreading all over the machines on your PC basically. So that is the worm, standalone malware computer program that replicates itself in order to spread to other computers. So it often uses a computer network to spread itself, obviously. So when it's spreading or when it's basically that replicate itself, that time it takes the help of network, otherwise it cannot do. So that's why it's basically received via network. So when a worm is received as an email attachment, suppose, so it is automatically forward to the recipients, leading to a network congestions. Thus a worm may crash the system and entire network. So no host applications is required for worms to replicate themselves. Example is given here in your books, that is Code Red worm, which makes more than 2,50,000 copies of itself approximately 9 hours. So within 9 hours it makes it 2,50,000 copies, 2.5 lakhs, 2.5k basically. So what is that? So that is the basic sense. So it is often used to computer network to spread the link, so reeling the security failure, target computer access. Okay, so this is the basically worm. So what is Trojan horse? Trojan horse is a code that accept same thing. It is also kind of malware, malicious software, and it's also a virus. So Trojan horse is a type of malware that downloads onto a computer disguised as a legitimate program. So a Trojan horse is so called due to its delivery method, so which is typically seen an attacker use social engineering to hide the malicious code within the legislative software. So what is a Trojan horse virus and how does it work? A Trojan horse virus, how does it work? So a Trojan horse is designed to damage or disrupt and steal or in general inflict the some other harmful actions on your data or a network. So a Trojan acts like a bona fide applications of your file to trick you. So what is an example of Trojan horse virus? If you take example, many examples are there. That is nickname is R2D2. Trojan sub 7 was created. Okay, so Trojan horse basically appears to be desirable and useful, but ends up by harming system. Trojan horse can attached with the safe applications. For example, it may be attached to any game downloader over the internet, such an application when the executes create a backdoor in the system through which is a hacker can access the system. The hacker can monitor all the activity performed on your systems, and he can also control the infected system by harming the data on the system. So for example, in the late of 1990s, the Trojan horse named SUB7 was created, that is sub 7, which took advantages of security flaw of earlier version browsers such as Internet Explorer. Google Chrome is also there to illegally access the host computer. So that means it's basically backdoor entry. Trojan horse is basically very powerful malwares, which is basically take the hackers to give the backdoor entry to your machines. After taking the entry of your machine, he can take over all the control to you from that hackers. So that is basically taken the first thing, that is first of all, that is the main important illegal access to that host computer, illegal access to that host computer. So what is ever EV, what is EVS dropping or EVS dropping? That is EVS dropping is the act of secretly or still listening to the private conversations or communications or others without their consent. EVS dropping is done through a telephone lines and cellular networks, email or instant messaging. And that's denial of services. The denial of services attack, DOS attacks in a cyber attacks in which the machines or the network resources becomes unavailable to its users and temporarily it's definitely disrupting the services. So the denial services is typically accomplished by flooding and targeting the machines or sources with superfluous requests of the attempt to overload systems and prevent the request from being fulfilled. So a DOS attack is like to a group of people over crowding the entry door of a shop and making it hard legitimate customer to enter. What is the meaning? The DOS attack is basically like a group of people crowding to the entry door of a shop and making it hard for the legitimate customer to enter. So that kind of thing is basically going on. It's here. Now is important thing is that is phishing. What is phishing? Phishing refers to the act of the stealing the user of personal information. That is called phishing through the fraud mails. Phishing is basically got done in the mails, emails, electronic mails. These mails is either entail personal information through the embedded forms or contain links in the web pages that may prompt you to provide this information. So information attempted to the stolen maybe include the bank account number, debit, credit card number. That is your personal data basically, all your important personal data. So next is cybercrime, which is the part of kind of cybercrime. What is that? That is basically cyber crimes are crimes that related to the misuse of computers or the internet, such as theft, fraud, and forgery. The IT Acts define cybercrime and unlawful acts wherein the computer is either a tool or a target of both. So some of these crimes are mentioned here. That is sending spam mails. Whenever you take your emails, there is an option is the spam. So that is a spam mail is also the kind of a hacking mail also there. Hacking someone's account on a system, that is unauthorized or illegal entry. Stealing someone or personal information through phishing, that is same thing, illegal or unauthorized access. Hosting a site carrying the lots of malware that I am discussing just a few minutes ago about the Trojan horse, the same thing, the backdoor entry. Harassing someone through mails, message, and social networking site is always there. Posting offensive content on the any sites of sending to anyone, just like we are saying in the to the chat, messenger, and WhatsApp. Defaming the someone using the any kind of internet, forging the someone to digital signature. That means you are copy pasting some digital signature in your post and you are duplicate that signature. Including the fraudulent financial transactions. Okay, intellectual property theft and illegal downloads and plagiarism. What is the plagiarism? Plagiarism is the same thing of copy paste. If something a YouTube video is downloaded and you download that video and just copy it and paste it in your form and record it and again you upload in your YouTube. So that is the kind of plagiarism is there. That is a copyright problem. So that is the issue. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you.